Working on my Project Zomboid build again, and the last thing I had worked on was this construction site. And I'll do a short flyover before I begin working on the McCoy Logging company. It has a parking lot, but it hadn't been painted just yet with the parking spots. The McCoy Logging company is split into two parts. There's login storage from the looks of it right here. And across this side road is a what looks like the main headquarters and where logs are worked on right here. There are 4 main buildings in this part of the McCoy Logging Company. That doesn't count the what looks like a guard shack with videos. There are 2 processing plants or processing places. Each of them have their own offices, and it looks like a cafeteria, one larger than the other. And the other 2 buildings are primarily storage. There are smaller things in the area too, such as 3 trailers that most of them are loaded with logs at the moment. In the Project Zomboid game, they're loaded with logs. Either loaded with logs or loaded with crates and some logs. This right here is the parking lot to the first building I'm going to be working on. It's a fairly large parking lot with quite a few areas for trucks to pull up and store. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, it looks like I'm going to be putting in the guard shack first. It's off in the corner of the property, and it's not too far from right here. It's actually in this area right here. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Two, 3, 4. This guard shack is just one room with 2 windows, and the whole wall being taken up by video screens. Two, 3, 4. 1, 2. Window right here, across from a door right here. And there's a window right next to the door. One, 2, 3, 4. And that's the guard shack, basically. Because of the nature of the guard shack, I'm just adding in buttons. I can't really lock the doors easily, so I'm just using the metal door, the iron door, to represent basically a keypad. You can't really open it by going directly to the door, you have to use with this button. I should be able to do some of the video surveillance in here, in theory, since one of the smaller paintings is a video screen, but it's at random, so see if I can force it. Yeah, there it is. The paintings are at random, but there are some things you can do to force a certain size of painting. Maybe this is where dark oak will actually help out. You can use this as a chair. Okay, the roof is a dark blue one, so I'm going to use purple. Purple has the tile that I could use for this thing, even if it's not really the same exact type of blue. Okay, it's one section down. Now for a harder part. To figure out exactly how far I should go for the parking spots. And for this I've been using Project Zomboid map. It can be found online at map.projectzomboid.com. Okay, this is going to be helpful. This small section lines up. This section right here lines up where the part of the road, well, the markings on the road end. So all I have to do is line up exactly where. How to explain it? The walkway right here is roughly lined up with I'm going to use this one. It's lined up with this section where this part of the walkway starts. So all I have to do is just make a line from here over here, and I know roughly where part of the building should begin, and I can use that to estimate where the parking lots will be, where the building is, where the trucks pull up to the building to load and unload wood and trees. And other supplies. And now I can use this as further reference. The edge of the security building, where the security building meets the parking lot, lines up with the building. This edge right here. So I just need to make a line right here and move it across. And I'll have to edit it, of course, because the building doesn't go that far. But it lets me know in relation to where the parking spots are, this is where the building should be. Two, three, four. 2, 3. This will be the fourth one right here. And this between here and where I place the bricks will be the place to walk from the parking spots and the building. And now I need to place out the parking spots themselves. Now this will be slightly deformed because the parking spots I've been placing 6 wide and 10 long. But the thing is, I need 1 block for the lines between the parking slots. And that 1 slot distorts it slowly over time. So the more parking spots there are, the more the distortions build up. So a few parking spots, such as 4, builds up the distortion, but not a large one. Something larger, such as 15, builds up a very large distortion, and that is more than enough to actually eliminate a parking spot, or make the parking spots so large that it engulfs one of them or more. And you end up doing 1 per parking spot. So by the time you get to 6, you've already used up enough space for the lines for the parking slots for at least 1 parking space. Sometimes it's more of an issue than others. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 of them. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because there are other distortions, sometimes these distortions are absorbed elsewhere. 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 4, 5, 6, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. And this one's going to be an issue because I may have to eliminate 1 of the parking spots. Maybe 2 of them, depending. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. On the 4th one, this building over here starts. But I'm going to use the interior of the building. And hopefully I can match that up with the exterior. 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I've got the wall over there. There's a large building and there's a small section of the building that has the cafeteria and bathrooms. The wall over there is the smaller section, so I need to actually go a little bit further. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And right here is where the truck should pull into. Roughly. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right here is where this section ends. And again, I'm going to have to alter this just a little bit. But between here and here is where the cafeteria and bathrooms are. But this is much larger than what it should be. And That means that this is where the trucks should pull up to. Two. Maybe I can use this for the door that the trucks load and unload from. Two, three, 4, 5, 6. Use that in combination with maybe this pillar. 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should be about right. But I may need to adjust it, so I'm going to go ahead and place this in. And then move this. There's another section to the parking spot which extends out. And basically what I'm doing is measuring out exactly roughly where I should be and using it to count out. Well, exactly roughly is kind of a weird way to put it, I suppose. One, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And the question is if this place right here is big enough. In theory, it should absorb it, but I may need to adjust this area right here by 1. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I had adjusted it, it would be by 1. It's supposed to be 8, I suppose. 5, 6 works. Two, three, 4, 5, 6. And what I mean is between this building right here and right here should be 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the 7th one, so 1 more would be useful, but it looks like it works well. And some of it's distortions I can't really fix all that well. So I have to see if it's acceptable or not before I move on. And with doing a build that's based on something else, some of these things that may seem small, such as that right there, it can add up. And it's basically going to add up when you're changing from one medium to another. So basically what I do when I work in that situation is I just figure out exactly how it is in relation to it and decide where distortion is, either in one direction or another, and try to keep them as balanced as possible. Some of the roads in here are off by a couple of feet. And that is unavoidable since the smallest that I can work with in Minecraft is 1 meter. And that's also one of the reasons why the translation that I have for this is 1 block of Project Zomboid, translating that into a 4x4 section in Minecraft, and that is to protect some of the smaller buildings, such as, or smaller rooms, smaller buildings too, but particularly the smaller rooms. To keep them from being absorbed by the walls, since the smallest wall that I can place in this build is a 1 meter wall, and many of the walls in this game are not 1 meter thick. So this one is in the middle of the 4th parking spots. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. So about right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So door about right here. And next is to figure out exactly where windows should be. There are 6 large paneled windows looking out to the outside of the building. And 6 looking into the interior of the building. Both this right here being from the cafeteria. We're looking into the cafeteria. One, two, three, 4. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is one set of windows. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's another one. 2, 3. 4th one maybe here. Now I need to do this in the other direction. Make sure I haven't gone too far. 2, maybe. And this is a pretty hard part as well. 2, there's a door right here. 1, 2. 1, 2. Door roughly there. 2. And I'm trying to figure out exactly where the bathroom should be. You keep the distances from where this building is and how wide this part of the parking spot should be, because there are parking spots along this side as well. Two, 3, 4. In theory, it should end here. And some parking spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them along this side. And I know roughly where these parking spots should be, based on how the building is set up. Either here or here. Try here first. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parking spots. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 2, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. That's 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 4. 2, 3, 4. Which 4 parking spots isn't too much of a problem. Since again there are other distortions. It still reflects how the building looks in Minecraft, and I mean, it still reflects how it looks in Project Zomboid. So it's not too much of a problem. This is where the headache's gonna be, but again, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. The thing in this case is, if I were to make the parking spots 5 instead of 6, I would be off in one direction. Because the parking spots are slightly larger. And if I make them 6, it's going to be off because the lines are really supposed to be part of the 6. But there's no way to actually do it that way. And that leaves me with this fraction right here. Fewer parking spots than are in a Zomboid game, but still reflects it well enough. So I could leave this as it is, and this could be, for example, bike parking, motorbike parking. Although that's not really in Minecraft anyway, so it's more of an aesthetic thing. Of course, now the other question is if this is wide enough. There is another option for the parking spot that I didn't think of, and that is I can absorb one more. And perhaps two right here, so 4, 5, 6. I need to go to here to get the full parking spot. See how many do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I could do that. I could also do it over here too. It might not be a full 6 like like the other parking spots, but it'll be close. Since what I'm doing right now will just net me 2 blocks. So it'll be 5 instead of 6. And right now, basically what I'm doing is trading 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the curb, and using that as part of the walk spaces. Or sidewalk, probably should call it. So this is now close enough to roughly count as a parking spot. Although it's slightly smaller than... It's slightly smaller in that it's only 5 instead of 6 blocks wide. Build right here. And these are slight distortions as well, since it really shouldn't be 10, it should be 8. But 10 seems to work a slight bit better. They keep the same feel for it. Door roughly here and here. One, two. 3, 4, 5, 6. This actually translates to 12 blocks, that is. And there's a door right here. I think it'd be easier to do the perimeter of this place. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2. 2. There's a door right here. 2. 3, 4. Small curb right here. And this one is open. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, 14 from here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11, 12, 13, 14. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This should be the total perimeter of the first building. Once this is in. Well, up into the curve, at least. Okay, so this should be the perimeter for the building. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3 more rooms in this, roughly. There is a partial wall which separates part of it into a sort of room. So the next one is here. There's an entrance in the back. 3, 4. Maybe quartz. 2, 3, 4. There's a door here and a door here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, maybe. 2, 3, 4. There's a door here on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the wall here. 2. And a door here leading into some lockers. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. See if I get this right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 instead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Partial wall right here. Maybe the door should be about right here. Actually, no, it should be a little bit further back. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it takes care of this room. It's a fairly large room. This, okay, it matches up with this wall on the other side, so everything's fine. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Might have it on here. I'm gonna use stone for the interior. 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's about right. I'll move it over by 1. Okay, I'm going to take a short break and then continue working on this building. Thank you for watching so far, and the stream should be back up again in a few moments.